Folks, I'm real serious about this podcast. I'm real serious about it. I got a lot to talk about. This one is about this Netflix show I just seen the last couple days. Um, Unlocked, where they went in the sheriff of the jail in Arkansas. I don't know what that means. Facebook. Um, the sheriff of the jail. He ran this program for like 30 days where the inmates in his prison were on 23 and 1. And the show was interesting because you got inmates that's on 23 and 1, and the sheriff just came up with this plan because it's something that they do in other countries. They in other countries, the jails, the prisons, they're different. They have like some prisons have like your cell is like an apartment. So the sheriff he's seen this and he said he wanted to try it. And I think he said they have some another place in the US that's trying it and it's working. Um I've been saying that for a long time. If you ain't never been to jail and don't understand and never spent more than like a night or two in jail, if never been you never changed out, you never been on the till, you never been in a dome, you don't understand like the magnitude of what that shit is. You like a cage animal. And humans shouldn't be caged in like that, like you are in prison. But um what happened on the show, there's a lot that happened on that. You had the old heads who was on some chill time. Still, they was in the mix. They doing stuff. They making hooch. They finding something to smoke. They taking pills. They doing whatever they could do. But the opportunity they were given is interesting because what you have is a bunch of grown men, and I don't know how Arkansas is. If somebody want to chime in, if anybody know anything about Arkansas jail, anything about how they system run, um, chime in, drop a comment. What they did was they had teenagers housed with the adults, and I ain't never unfortunate. I've been in a couple different jails, and I've never been housed with a teenager. Not saying it don't happen. Well, they was tried as adults, so I guess that's why they house them there. But even when they tried as adults, normally they'll house them in a juvenile facility if they get their time. They do their juvenile time, then they roll them up to adult state penitentiary or prison. But Harris County is terrible. I don't want to know because I don't. But the opportunity they were given, it was like they hit them with a freedom that they never had in the prison, in the jail. They took them off 23 and 1. They didn't lock no doors, even at night. The only time they had to go in their cell was for count. They still was running it like the inmates took over pretty much and was running it like they was the sheriffs. But um they had a clash between the old heads and the young dudes. And that just like opened my mind up. It's like even though you locked up, even though people in prison and jail, a lot of times the streets and jail have a lot of similarities. Um the young dudes don't particularly care to listen to older people. What up, Black? Come on whenever you're ready, Doc. Matter of fact, I got to get you on, Black. The young people they tend to not want to listen to some of the old heads because of how they come at them. But they had one dude. He was older dude. He's 47. Um, he was like trying to organize everything. He was trying to get all the old heads. He was trying to get some of the young dudes together. He was trying to get everything together so they didn't lose all the opportunity of being out and not having to be locked down 23 and 1. If you ever been locked down 23 and 1, it ain't fun. Like if your mental not strong, you gonna crack, you gonna break. But the crazy thing was the older dudes were saying that the younger dudes was gonna crack and mess everything up and then it turned around being the older dudes. They end up making hooch. They doing just as much. They starting mess. They starting drama, and it was like I'm looking at it and I'm like, damn, they got dudes telling their story. One dude, a little white dude, he PTSD, he got all kind of mental issues. His story made the news. I think he was in Arkansas. He was a mass shooting. He went in a Walmart or something and shot a bunch of people. But it's funny to see how when people have the opportunity to do better and a better surrounding is there for you, is given to you. Some people just don't take advantage of what they had because these dudes went to just wilding. Like they in a cell, they lighten, they make one dude he do tattoos, so they taking the batter out the wall, they still being recorded, they still being monitored, but when you in that on that till, you in that dome, they got a lot of blind spots in jail, so you can't really see what everybody doing all the time. But the dudes in there, they almost lost all the privileges that they had just like on some childish shit, like just refused to grow up type shit. And I done been in there, I done seen it. Like some people go to jail and they just get stuck. Like it's a comfort thing. But it was crazy to see these dudes. The sheriff opened up the doors and they broke it down where they was giving them, they gave them 23, they took 23 and one off, so they opened. He hit them with they got to use the phone for free. That started the problem. Then the trays, the food trays, that's always a problem in jail because nigga give you that short scoop. That's a problem. Nigga, you getting, but the way they trays was coming, they trays was already pre-made. All you had to do was hand them out, make sure everybody get a tray. They tear ups. But these dudes just, it was like he took them out of a controlled environment where they control. They got a guard watching and monitoring. Don't do this. Don't do that. Don't do this. Don't do that. And these dudes like didn't understand the freedom they had. They had a meeting with the sheriff. They had fights. They wasn't supposed to fight. They had fights. They brought in some new people. Man, if y'all haven't seen that show Unlocked, go check it out. It's on Netflix. TDC is crazy too, depending on where you go and what level you're on. Man, jail period across the country is crazy. And it don't matter where you at. You go to jail, it's all of them the same. Different state, different city, but the people inside are the same. It's a lot of dudes act childish in there. Yeah, it's a lot of dudes that was on the show on that show I'm talking about. They younger kids, they in there, they wrestling around, they making hooch, they trying to do tattoos. The older dudes like, man, look, y'all gotta chill. But then one of the older dudes who was telling them they gotta chill, he the one sitting up there making hooch. He the one got everybody in his cell drinking hooch. If you don't know what hooch is penitentiary, it's jailhouse wine. Like they take the breadcrumb, they take the fruit. They you'll find some of the smartest people in jail. Like they really know they get very creative. Dude made a tattoo gun with a paper clip and something else, and for the ink he had to light a fire in the hole where you put the toilet tissue to make the ink to do the tattoo. It's a lot of smart dudes in jail, bro. If people find time to explore them talents before they go to jail, they probably never go to jail. But the show is interesting to me because again, you give the opportunity to people who don't have a chance to have these benefits, and then you get the benefits and they just had no self-control, none, like zero self-control. Then they come in, they shook their whole tit down. I don't want to give too much on it. This is just my little personal quick take on it. something for y'all to go check out. I always, time to time, especially here on Facebook, I put a post up asking what's good to watch, what's good to stream. That was one I just found on my own, but that's one I think y'all should go check out. It shows how it just showed the inside and how people struggled, the struggles people had. One dude had $1,000 bond. None of his people were buying him out. One dude couldn't get in contact with his son, didn't have money on the books to get in touch with his son. Then they gave him the free access to the phone. He was able to talk to his son, got a visit from his son. His son told him he forgave him for not being in his life. Kind of emotional, but check out Unlocked on Netflix. This is just a little quick little about that show right quick. I ain't staying on here long. No, I just wanted to drop that little nugget in right quick. If y'all got any topics y'all want me to touch, what up, TT? If y'all got any topics y'all want me to talk about, you want to come on and talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's do it. Let's get to it. You dig? All right. Nah, going a little more in depth about the show. No, I ain't. Go watch it.